Princess Kalina of Bulgaria, used to be known for her grace and artistic charm as a young royal. But recently, she's left everyone stunned with a dramatic transformation that's got people wondering what's really going on behind her bold new look. At a recent royal funeral in Sofia, she grabbed everyone's attention, not just because of her unusual outfit, but also because of her powerful, muscular physique. It was a far cry from the image the public had of her before. So, what's behind this change? Could it be plastic surgery, a radical lifestyle shift, or something else entirely? In this video, we'll take you through the life of Princess Kalina, looking at the events that led to her jaw-dropping transformation. Get ready, as we dive into the mystery behind her new look. This is one journey you won't want to miss. Princess Kalina's recent appearance at a royal funeral in Sofia completely shocked the media. Gone was the graceful, slender figure everyone remembered. Instead, she showed up with a muscular, strong physique, her arms bulging with muscle as if she belonged in a bodybuilding competition rather than a royal procession. Her casual, untraditional outfit only added to the intrigue. This wasn't the story of an older royal trying to cling to youth through cosmetic surgeries. Something much deeper was at play here. At 52 years old, Kalina looked like a warrior princess, far from the delicate royal she once was. The suddenness and extremity of her transformation raised a lot of questions. How could the once charming, elegant princess have turned into someone so radically different? As images of her muscular build made the rounds, people couldn't help but ask, was this the result of extreme plastic surgery? Was she going through a health crisis? Or was this a personal decision, a sign of something deeper and more complex than just a change in appearance? As we dig deeper into Kalina's story, it becomes clear that her transformation goes far beyond just her appearance. The muscular physique, her bold fashion choices, and her unconventional lifestyle are all part of a much bigger journey. A journey filled with tragedy, resilience, and a fierce determination to carve out her own path. But to truly understand how she ended up here, we need to take a step back and look at where it all began. Kalina's story starts long before her dramatic transformation. Born on January 19, 1972, she was the only daughter of King Simeon II of Bulgaria. However, by the time Kalina arrived, her father was no longer reigning as king in the traditional sense. The Bulgarian monarchy was abolished in 1946 following a national referendum, which forced the royal family into exile. Like her siblings, Kalina grew up in Madrid, far from the country her family had once ruled. Her father, King Simeon, had experienced trauma early in life when, at just 9 years old, he and his family were forced to leave Bulgaria as communism took hold. The monarchy had collapsed, taking with it their once powerful role in the country's political scene. Exile wasn't just a change of scenery for Kalina's family. It was a deep dislocation of identity. For her father, Simeon II, his role as king became nothing more than a ceremonial title, a reminder of a past that Bulgaria seemed eager to move on from. Yet despite this, Kalina was raised with a strong sense of duty to her heritage. Even though she grew up in Spain, far from her homeland, she felt an undeniable bond with Bulgaria, a country she wouldn't fully experience until later in life. When her father returned to Bulgaria in the early 2000s as prime minister, it helped re-establish the family's connection to their roots. But Kalina wasn't interested in the royal formalities or the expectations that came with it. Instead, she found comfort in the arts and the thrill of adventure, passions that would take her down a very unexpected road. Even in her youth, Kalina's story was far from the typical fairy tale princess, confined to royal duties and palace life. Her journey was one of independence and exploration, and it would soon take yet another surprising turn. Kalina's early life was far from the typical royal upbringing. While she was a princess, she wasn't shaped by the usual expectations of royalty. From the start, it was clear that Kalina was a free spirit. She was drawn to art, culture, and adventure, rather than the more structured, duty-bound life most royals followed. Growing up in Spain, surrounded by her family, gave her a strong sense of independence. She had a natural artistic flair and a deep love for the beauty of the world around her. Her time at prestigious schools like the French Lycée and the English College in Madrid showed just how much potential she had, both as an intellectual and as a creative force. But Kalina wasn't interested in following the traditional royal path. She was determined to carve out her own. In London, where she studied the history of art, Kalina immersed herself in the world of influential artworks and groundbreaking ideas. The vibrant city was the perfect backdrop for her growing passion for art and fashion. Her beauty, both physical and intellectual, captivated everyone around her. She wasn't just another royal daughter. She was a woman with a vision, eager to push boundaries and challenge expectations. But there was always a certain unpredictability about her. While other royals might have preferred a life of comfort and tradition, Kalina was drawn to the thrill of adventure. Whether it was horse riding or mountain trekking, she seemed determined to fill her life with new experiences. This insatiable hunger for adventure would shape not only her personal journey, but also play a key role in the transformation she would go through in the years to come. For Princess Kalina, art wasn't just a pastime, it was a way of life. She dove deep into the history of art while studying in London, a city that sparked her creative soul and opened her eyes to endless possibilities. But art wasn't her only love. Kalina also had a deep passion for adventure, something that had been a part of her since she was young. She was often found horseback riding or out in the great outdoors, joining her father on mountain expeditions. It was this shared love for adventure that led Kalina to meet Quintin Muñoz, a Spanish adventurer, sailor, and explorer. Quintin was the perfect match for Kalina, someone who also thrived on the thrill of the unknown and the unconventional. Their relationship wasn't like the typical, carefully arranged royal romances. Instead, it was raw, real, and filled with excitement. Quintin, a man who had traveled the world in search of new frontiers, was just as free-spirited as Kalina. Together, they broke the mold of royal expectations, living a life driven by passion, exploration, and a love for the extraordinary. In 2002, Kalina and Quintin's wedding was a historic occasion in Bulgaria. It marked the first royal wedding in the country since King Boris and Queen Ioana's nuptials in 1930. The ceremony wasn't just a celebration of their love. It symbolized the return of the royal family to Bulgaria. However, this wedding was anything but traditional. Staying true to her unique style, Kalina wore an unconventional dress, a column skirt with a gold belt that cinched at her waist, topped off with a dramatic collar that gave off serious Dracula vibes. It was clear to everyone that Kalina was a princess like no other. After their wedding, the couple moved to Morocco, settling near King Mohammed VI's palace. Their life was an adventure, living alongside the Sahrawi tribes and spending time in the vast Moroccan desert. It was in the solitude of this vast, open landscape that Kalina's transformation began to take shape. Free from the prying eyes of European society, she was able to explore her surroundings, and more importantly, her own identity. This marked the beginning of a journey that would eventually lead to the stunning physical transformation that would shock the world. Kalina's transformation didn't happen all at once. The first signs of change were subtle, so much so that only those really paying attention noticed. By the early 2000s, whispers started circulating about her changing appearance. It was during her attendance at high-profile royal events in Luxembourg and other European capitals that the media couldn't help but comment on the noticeable shift in her looks. Her facial features seemed to have changed, with many speculating that she had undergone plastic surgery. Her once delicate nose appeared altered, and her face had become more angular, leading to rumors of rhinoplasty. But Kalina stayed tight-lipped on the matter, neither confirming nor denying the speculation. This only seemed to fuel the frenzy, with the media and the public alike eager for answers. By the mid-2000s, it was becoming pretty obvious that something had changed. Kalina's appearance was growing more and more unconventional, but she wore it all with casual confidence. The tabloids jumped at the chance to paint her as a royal outcast, a woman who had given in to the pressures of beauty. However, Kalina's story was far more layered and complicated than what the gossip mills were spinning. The real reason behind her transformation wouldn't be uncovered until much later. While many assumed her changing looks were due to plastic surgery, they couldn't have been more off the mark. The truth was far darker, stemming from medical misfortune rather than any desire for vanity. The truth behind Kalina's transformation was rooted in a series of unfortunate events. In 1999, while she was still in her 20s, she experienced a tragic medical issue that would change her life forever. After a childhood accident in which she lost 2 teeth, the problem had gone unresolved for years. In an attempt to fix it, Kalina sought dental work in London. What was meant to be a simple procedure to replace her teeth turned into a nightmare when the dentist drilled too deep into her bone, causing a severe infection. This infection set off a chain of health problems that would drastically alter her appearance. In 2000, Kalina embarked on a sailing expedition with her husband, Ketan. But the untreated infection flared up during the journey, becoming life-threatening while they were out at sea. With no access to proper medical care, the infection spread to her nose and eyes. By the time she was evacuated and underwent emergency surgery, the damage was already done. While the surgeons managed to save her sight, the aesthetic damage to her face was irreversible. Kalina's transformation wasn't driven by a desire to change her look. It was the tragic result of medical complications that spiraled out of control. The infection that had left Kalina with significant facial changes, particularly to her nose, became the subject of relentless public scrutiny. However, instead of retreating from the spotlight, she faced the world head-on, her strength of character shining through despite the drastic changes in her physical appearance. Kalina's medical ordeal could have left her feeling insecure and withdrawn, but she chose to embrace her new appearance with boldness and confidence. Over the years, she became known for her eccentric fashion choices, unafraid to push boundaries and defy expectations. At royal events, she frequently turned heads with her unconventional style. From her daring bralettes and lace skirts to her audacious hairstyle choices, including her signature shaved head and intricate braids adorned with silver rhinestones, Kalina made a statement. While many in the royal spotlight are concerned with maintaining a polished, pristine image, Kalina seemed determined to be unapologetically herself. Her fashion choices weren't about shocking or provoking others. They were a way to amuse herself and express what she felt suited her best at the time. To her, fashion became another form of self-expression, a way to redefine what it meant to be royal in the modern world, embracing individuality and authenticity over tradition. Kalina's attitude toward her public image reflects a deeper resilience. Rather than hiding behind carefully curated outfits that concealed her physical changes, she chose to own her transformation. With each public appearance, she sent a powerful message that beauty is not about adhering to conventional standards, but about embracing who you are, flaws, changes, and all. By embracing her new appearance with confidence, Kalina defied societal expectations, showing that true beauty comes from self-acceptance and the courage to live authentically. Her boldness not only reshaped her narrative, but also inspired others to embrace their transformations without fear of judgment. Kalina's journey into fitness and athleticism was a transformative process that transcended superficial pursuits. As her physical appearance evolved, it became clear that her muscular build was the result of years of dedicated effort. For more than a decade, she immersed herself in a rigorous fitness routine, ultimately transforming into a competitive athlete. This was not just about enhancing her appearance. It was a commitment to her health and a way to regain control over her body after the medical trauma she endured. Fitness became Kalina's path to reclaim her strength, both physically and mentally. She competed in national and international bodybuilding championships, representing Bulgaria with pride. For over 15 years, Kalina sculpted her body with relentless discipline, focusing on weight training, strength conditioning, and endurance. Her regimen was as demanding as that of any professional athlete, involving multiple sessions each week targeting various muscle groups, from ABs and glutes to arms and back. Her impressive bicep curls and shoulder presses showcased her dedication and growing prowess. For Kalina, fitness was more than just a way to build muscle. It was a means of rebuilding herself after years of facing medical complications. The transformation of her body was symbolic of her resilience and determination to rise above the challenges she had faced. While critics and royal observers were fixated on her changing appearance, Kalina was steadfast in her commitment to health and wellness. She was no longer just a princess bound by tradition. She had become an athlete, a competitor, and a woman who had taken charge of her own narrative. Princess Kalina's transformation, despite being a testament to her strength and resilience, was met with a storm of criticism and speculation. While her dedication to fitness empowered her, the dramatic changes to her physique sparked intense reactions from the public. When images of her muscular frame emerged after her appearance at the funeral of Tsar Ferdinand, the public response was swift and polarized. Social media platforms buzzed with a mix of support and condemnation. Memes circulated, and online forums exploded with speculation about the reasons behind her transformation. The mainstream media was not far behind in their coverage. American commentator Jesse Watters, known for his often provocative opinions, made a notable comment during an episode of Jesse Watters' Prime Time. With a smirk, he introduced Kalina's transformation to his audience, highlighting her muscular physique and unconventional appearance at the royal funeral. "It's so sad to see her now," he remarked, lamenting the stark difference between the young princess the world had once known and the powerful, muscular figure she had become. His comment, cloaked in judgment, seemed to resonate with many who struggled to reconcile the image of the princess with her new identity. While Watters and other media outlets speculated about her transformation, attributing it to plastic surgery, steroids, or an extreme lifestyle choice, they overlooked the deeper, more profound story behind her evolution. Kalina's physical changes were the result of years of personal struggle and triumph, not a superficial pursuit of beauty or vanity. Yet, the media's focus on her appearance often overshadowed the emotional and physical strength that drove her transformation. The public's fascination with Princess Kalina's appearance highlighted a deeper societal discomfort with women, particularly royal women, who refused to conform to traditional standards of beauty. Royalty is often expected to embody grace, elegance, and a specific image, and Kalina's muscular frame defied these expectations. Some questioned whether her new physique was appropriate for a princess, while others defended her right to live life on her own terms. Netizens, in particular, were divided. Many applauded her commitment to fitness and her impressive shape for her age, while others fixated on how she deviated from royal norms. This online discourse underscored the tension between the expectations placed on royal women and the reality of Kalina's personal journey. In the face of public scrutiny, Kalina responded with poise and clarity during an interview with Hola magazine. She expressed her surprise at the attention her appearance had garnered, stressing that a woman's physical condition should not be such a focal point in the modern era. For Kalina, the public's fixation on her body was perplexing, considering that her transformation was part of a deeply personal journey of health and recovery. Kalina explained that her dedication to fitness was not driven by a desire to meet societal beauty standards, but rather by the need for survival. After enduring years of medical complications and the trauma that accompanied them, fitness had become her path to healing. "If I don't train, I don't feel good. I do this to be healthy and to feel good. That is the only reason. It is health, well-being, and happiness," she told Hola. Her husband, Ketan, also spoke out in her defense, praising her unwavering commitment to her health. He acknowledged that her transformation was not a pursuit of vanity, but a reflection of her strength and determination to overcome the challenges she had faced. Kalina's resilience, he noted, was a testament to her courage and the depth of her personal journey. During one of the interviews, Ketan, Kalina's husband, added a key perspective to the discussion. He emphasized that it wasn't merely about muscle tone or appearance, but about everything Kalina had endured. He highlighted how she had emerged stronger from her struggles, and how their shared journey of adventure, fitness, and values had shaped their life together. One that was completely distinct from the expectations placed on European royalty. For Kalina, the true victory was never about winning public approval or conforming to societal standards. Instead, it was about reclaiming control over her body and life. Her response to the relentless criticism was a powerful reflection of her inner strength and her refusal to let others define her. Kalina had not only transformed physically, but also mentally and emotionally, evolving into a woman who was unapologetically herself. In a world that often demanded conformity, she chose authenticity, living life on her own terms. Through all the public scrutiny, Kalina's family remained her strongest pillar of support. Her husband, Ketan, played a crucial role in helping her navigate the relentless media focus on her transformation. Having spent his life seeking adventure and forging his own path, Ketan understood Kalina's deep desire to live authentically, free from the constraints of societal expectations. He stood by her side, whether they were traversing the Sahara Desert or attending royal events where Kalina's appearance sparked controversy. Their son, Simeon Hassan Munoz, born in 2007, became another central figure in Kalina's life. Motherhood brought with it a new sense of responsibility and joy, yet Kalina remained steadfast in her commitment to raising Simeon with the same values of independence and resilience that had shaped her own life. The bond between mother and son grew stronger over the years, and Simeon's presence in Kalina's life deepened her sense of purpose and determination. Kalina's family, her husband and son, provided the grounding she needed to endure the public scrutiny of her transformation. Their unwavering support allowed her to stay true to herself and live authentically, despite the constant media commentary on her appearance. At its core, Kalina's story is one of resilience. Her transformation, physical, mental, and emotional, was not driven by a desire for attention or approval, but by a deep need to reclaim her identity after years of medical trauma and personal hardship. What began as a series of medical complications evolved into a profound journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Kalina's transformation wasn't solely about her muscular build or bold fashion choices, it was about survival. After enduring invasive medical procedures, infections, and public scrutiny, she chose to take control of her life in the way she knew best, through fitness and self-expression. While the world focused on her appearance, Kalina concentrated on building her inner strength, pushing herself to become the best version of herself despite the obstacles in her path. Her journey serves as a powerful reminder that true beauty lies not in conforming to societal standards but in embracing one's individuality. Kalina's story challenges the public to reconsider their assumptions about beauty, urging them to embrace their own unique path, even when it deviates from what is expected. A royal legacy. Reimagined princess. Kalina's journey offers a bold reimagining of what it means to be royal in the modern world. Gone are the days when royalty was confined to castles, rigid expectations, and the traditional ideals of grace and beauty. Kalina's life defies these old narratives, telling a story of transformation, resilience, and authenticity. In an era where public figures are increasingly scrutinized, Kalina stands out as a woman who has embraced her individuality. Her decision to live life on her own terms, focusing on her health, pushing her body to its limits, and defying conventional beauty standards, shows that royalty can mean more than tradition and decorum. Her legacy is not one of superficial beauty, but of strength, perseverance, and a determination to rise above the challenges life has thrown her way. Kalina's transformation challenges us to reconsider our notions of what a royal figure should be. In a world where appearances are often judged harshly, her story reminds us that there is always more beneath the surface. She is a symbol of resilience, a testament to the power of transformation, and an example of how one woman can redefine what it means to be both royal and human. As Princess Kalina continues her journey, her story serves as an inspiration for those who dare to live life authentically, no matter the obstacles they face. In the end, her legacy will not be defined by her appearance, but by her unwavering strength and determination to embrace the person she has become.